Abroad, in Massachusetts, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, is home to some of the world's brightest minds. Its leading researchers are at the forefront of innovations, including wireless electricity transmission. Wireless power transmission has long been a challenging goal for scientists. Attempts to transmit energy using radio waves, microwave ovens, and even laser beams had failed. However, in 2007, MIT researchers were able to safely transmit energy wirelessly across a room for approximately 2 meters. This achievement was hailed as a first step toward eliminating power cords. Interestingly, the idea of a world in which all electrical devices would receive continuous energy without the need for charging or cables was first proposed over a century ago by the inventor Nikola Tesla. According to some sources, he had almost achieved this goal. Tesla's ideas about wireless power were only briefly investigated by various scientists. His experiments in Colorado Springs from 1899 to 1900 confirmed that wireless technology was indeed possible. Tesla went to Colorado Springs to test his ability to transmit electricity over miles. This was a significant achievement. Tesla had a very large tower, approximately 60 meters tall. His assistant stayed in the laboratory, and Tesla told him, "When I give the signal, throw the switch and activate the wireless system." By that time, Tesla had walked approximately 6.5 kilometers away. To check whether his tower was creating a wireless circuit with the ground, he inserted lamps into the earth. If the circuit worked, the lamps would light up, and they did. Thus, he was able to prove that he could transmit electrical power over very long distances. However, he kept this technology a secret. Even his assistant did not know all the details of what he was doing. New York, 1901. Tesla convinced banker J.P. Morgan to give him $150,000 to build a radio station. However, he used the money for another purpose and constructed a giant wireless transmitter called the Wardenclyffe Tower. The tower was 187 feet tall and extended an additional 120 feet underground. Nikola Tesla planned to build receiving stations identical to the Wardenclyffe Tower at various points around the Earth. Through these stations, energy would be transmitted wirelessly from one point to another. If you want, I can continue translating the next sections about Tesla's wireless network and experiments. He even imagined that in the future he could use this system to transmit energy to other planets. However, Tesla's dream of creating a highly efficient wireless power transmission system was dashed in 1904 when his financier, J.P. Morgan, discovered Tesla's true intention to provide free electricity to everyone in the world. Due to the lack of additional funding, the project was completely abandoned in 1908, and the tower was demolished in 1917. Since no company or organization wanted to share its technology freely, Tesla's work was halted, and the world was deprived of free electrical energy. But how was Tesla able to transmit electricity wirelessly over miles, while modern scientists can only manage a few meters, about 7 feet? Tesla attributed much of his inventions to his ability to visualize things fully in his mind. He often described experiencing intense flashes of light, followed by moments of deep creativity and clarity. He would see the invention in front of his eyes, almost in holographic detail. He knew exactly how to rotate, dissect, and reconstruct these visions piece by piece. One of his greatest inventions, the rotating magnetic field, came from such a flash of intuition. Tesla believed that humans are, in a sense, receivers, and that all impulses come from the outside. He believed that we act according to these impulses and therefore did not think ideas came from dreams or internal visions. He truly saw humans as a kind of self-operating robot. However, some ancient astronaut theorists propose a different explanation for Tesla's extraordinary abilities. They believe that these sudden flashes of inspiration are proof that he was receiving information from another world. They suggest that these images suddenly entered his mind, as if a connection had been established somewhere. This is similar to the way prophets in sacred texts received their revelations. In this context, Nikola Tesla appeared to be in contact with an unusual source. Some even believed that extraterrestrials were transmitting images of inventions that only he could understand. Tesla believed that there was a kind of knowledge source in the universe and that humans could access it if they properly tuned their minds to it. Colorado Springs, July 1899. While testing a magnified transmitter designed to track storms, Nikola Tesla claimed that he received a signal from an unknown source. One night, he was tracking lightning approximately 600 miles away. Suddenly, he heard a strange sequence of 3 beeps. The beeps sounded like a mathematical pattern, but they made no sense to him. The more he thought about it, the more he suspected that they might be coming from space, perhaps from Mars. Mars' orbit brings it close to Earth roughly once every 1.8 years, and during one of these close encounters, Tesla believed he was receiving signals from Mars. In reality, he had built a highly sensitive receiver capable of detecting radio waves coming from galaxies and various extraterrestrial sources. However, he interpreted these signals as coming from extraterrestrials. Perhaps he had an open channel even we still do not fully understand today. Tesla considered the idea that humans were the only intelligent beings in the universe to be absurd. If that were the case, where were the other beings, and why wouldn't they want to communicate with intelligent life on Earth? In February 1901, in an article titled "Talking with the Planets," he discussed this extraordinary communication and openly expressed his belief in the existence of extraterrestrials. Based on these signals, Tesla theorized that extraterrestrial beings had been on Earth for millennia and had been guiding humanity from the very beginning. But how far did this communication go? Did it help him obtain useful information for creating his inventions? Many believe that it did, and that Tesla had direct contact with extraterrestrial intelligence through his inventions. However, these claims were not accepted by his scientific peers, and many labeled him a mad scientist. During this period, Tesla was literally electrifying the world. Nevertheless, he had serious conflicts with both the powerful banker J.P. Morgan and the famous inventor Thomas Edison. Later, reports that he was trying to communicate with Mars surfaced, and his rivals used this to discredit him. Tesla also proposed that atoms functioned like miniature solar systems and that light behaved as both a wave and a particle. Albert Einstein, Niels Bohr, and Ernest Rutherford later received Nobel Prizes in these areas. However, Tesla did not receive the recognition he deserved in the history of quantum physics, and some believe this was due to his claims about extraterrestrial life. Was Tesla merely a product of his imagination, or was he truly in contact with extraterrestrials? The Nikola Tesla Museum in Belgrade, Serbia, houses over 160,000 documents that provide rare insights into Tesla's future plans. Some of these documents are said to contain drawings resembling spacecraft. According to historians, Tesla began working on flying machines in 1910, focusing on the principle of zero-gravity propulsion. It is believed that he discovered that high amounts of electrical energy could actually lift objects into the air. In the 1920s and 1930s, Tesla spoke about zero-gravity ships powered by Wardenclyffe towers. He claimed that these ships had no wings or fuel and were completely electrically powered. But were these designs truly revolutionary, or, as some theorists suggest, had similar technologies already visited Earth in ancient times? Ancient Indian texts, the Vedas, and the Mahabharata describe flying machines called Vimanas. These machines were used by the gods and could change direction very quickly. From a modern perspective, this resembles anti-gravity technology. From this point of view, Tesla working on such technology seems plausible to some. If this mad scientist had indeed been in contact with extraterrestrials, would he have continued carrying out their intentions? Singapore Air Show, February 2014. The Israeli arms company Rafael Advanced Defense Systems revealed details of a laser defense system capable of destroying missiles in the air using an energy pulse. This futuristic military technology is called the ion beam. The basic principle of the ion beam is to use a high-energy laser to rapidly heat and destroy its target. This includes aircraft, drones, and missiles, any vehicle capable of attacking a city. All of these could literally be destroyed in the sky. This technology closely resembles Tesla's death ray concept. Nikola Tesla had spoken about such beam weapons in the 1920s and 1930s. At that time, the War Department supported the atomic bomb projects of Albert Einstein and J. Robert Oppenheimer, not Tesla. However, Israel's current development of the ion beam technology shows that the extreme destructiveness of atomic weapons is now recognized. Is it possible that Tesla developed time viewing or time travel technology and was aware of these future developments? Tesla once said, "The present is theirs, but the future for which I have really worked is mine." Could Tesla really see the future? Might the ion beam be proof that his death ray plans not only existed but may have even been seized and carried out by the US government? Some people believe that Nikola Tesla was not only in contact with extraterrestrials but was sent to Earth by them to fulfill a specific mission. One of the big questions is, who was Tesla? Was he, in a sense, an avatar, an enlightened being sent to Earth to help humanity? No one really knows the definite answer. However, like many great artists, Tesla saw himself as an instrument of a higher purpose. From this perspective, there is a plan for humanity, and in every generation, the power behind the plan naturally sends certain individuals to Earth who are more inclined to receive higher knowledge. For this reason, some believe that Tesla was placed on Earth by extraterrestrials to envision and create these extraordinary inventions. Did they achieve their goals? The answer is probably no, because if Tesla's technologies had been widely implemented on Earth, we could have greened deserts, easily desalinated ocean water, and lived in a world where we did not have to pay for energy. There could have been zero-gravity transportation, teleportation technology, and a true golden age on Earth. But this did not happen.